See, we have discussed about the capacitor. Capacitor is the device in which we can store the charge or electric energy. Again, capacitor is the device arrangement in which we can store electric charge or electric energy. But how much energy can be stored in a given capacitor? Then we are discussing the topic energy stored in capacitor. Remember that capacitor is the device, instrument with two conductors of any arbitrary size and shape separated by insulating medium. Two conductors separated by insulating medium. The charge on one is plus Q and on other is minus Q. Two conductors having charge plus Q and minus Q. But we are discussing how charge or energy can be stored in it. Then see, imagine, consider two conductors, 1 and 2. Initially they have no charge, they are chargeless, no charge. Then we can say conductor 1 and 2 both are without any charge. But we have to establish charge plus Q on first and minus Q on the second. How this is possible? Again, initially both are chargeless, no charge on anyone. But consider the process in which we are taking charge from the conductor 2 to conductor 1, step by step, bit by bit. Initially they have no charge, but we are taking or bringing charge from conductor 2 to conductor 1, step by step, bit by bit. So, suppose in starting, certain charge is brought from conductor 2 to conductor 1. So, due to loss of the charge, conductor 2 becomes negative charge, acquires negative charge. While on first conductor, same amount of positive charge. We are bringing charge from conductor 2 to conductor 1, bit by bit, step by step. After certain process, suppose charge on 1 is plus Q dash, then second has minus Q dash. Whatever lost by the second, same is gained by first. But due to positive charge of the first conductor, potential of that one is somewhat higher compared to second conductor. Now see, this is the process. We are bringing charge from conductor 2 to conductor 1 by process. So we are doing work externally. Why? Potential of 1 is higher compared to potential of 2, and we are bringing the charge from lower potential to higher potential. So we are doing work externally. We are doing work externally. And whatever work done on it will be stored in it as a potential energy or energy of the system. So in this process, suppose at certain stage, charge on the first is plus q dash and the second is minus q dash. Charge on the first is plus q dash while on the second is minus q dash. At that stage, C is the capacitance, then C equal to Q by V. C equal to Q by V. At that moment, at that stage, suppose charge is Q dash and potential is V dash, but potential difference is V dash. So we can write C equal to Q dash by V dash. So V dash equal to Q dash by C. Q dash by C. At that stage, we are bringing very small additional charge del Q dash from conductor 2 to conductor 1. At that stage, we are bringing very small charge del Q dash from conductor 2 to conductor 1. But potential difference is V dash as we have discussed. So we are doing work against potential. We are doing work against potential. During this process, work required to be done against electric field is suppose del W. Del W is the work required to be done in bringing small amount of charge del Q dash from 2 to 1. So as you know, energy is Q into V, charge into PD. Here charge del Q dash into V dash, charge into potential. Work done in bringing a del Q dash charge from 2 to 1 is a del W. But V dash equal to Q dash by C. So Q dash by C del Q dash, that is work done in bringing a small charge. Now in this process, at the end of the process, where capacitor is fully charged, then conductor has plus Q charge, one has plus Q charge, while on the second is have minus Q charge. So we are taking charge. Initial to final means from Q equal to 0 to final Q equal to Q. So total work required, total work done can be obtained by using integration. W is equal to integration del W from 0 to Q. Integration 0 to Q, Q dash by C del Q dash. So we can write 1 upon C, which is capacitance constant. So taking out of integration, we can write 0 to Q, Q dash del Q dash. Now integration gives 1 upon C equal to 1 upon C into Q dash. As you know the formula for integration, x raised to n dx, then x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here Q dash 1 power. Then according to this formula, 1 plus 1, 2 upon 2. So it is Q dash square by 2 from 0 to Q. 1 by C, Q dash square by 2 from 0 to 2. Now putting the limit, upper limit minus lower limit, then 1 upon C equal to into upper limit means Q square by 2. So final is Q square by 2C. Upper limit is Q, lower limit 0. So energy stored in it Q square by 2C. So we can write energy stored in the capacitor as U. Sometimes also symbolize UE, means electric energy stored in the capacitor. You may write anyone. U, energy stored in it, is Q square by 2C. Also we know Q equal to CV. Q equal to CV. Then I'm putting the value of Q square. C square B square upon 2C. 1C cut, so it is 1/2 CV square. Also Q square by 2C, also 1/2 CV square. Also one more form, C equal to Q by V, then 1/2 Q by V into V square. So 1 V cut, so 1/2 Q into V. So energy of capacitor can be given by U equal to Q square by 2C, 1/2 CV square, and U equal to 1/2 QV. These three different forms of energy stored in the capacitor. Now, sometimes we can say energy is stored in the capacitor between two plates in the form of electrostatic potential energy. Energy will be stored between two plates of the capacitor and known as electrostatic potential energy of the capacitor. Now we are discussing one more quantity known as energy density. Energy density. Now what is energy density? Then energy density means energy stored per unit volume. Energy stored per unit volume is known as energy density. Energy density can be defined as energy stored per unit volume. Now see, we know the energy stored in the capacitor. Energy stored in the capacitor, U equal to 1/2 Q square by C or Q square by 2C, where Q is the charge on each plate. On first plate plus Q, on second plate minus Q. And C is the capacitor, U is the energy stored in it. Now as you know, we have discussed parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. So area of each plate is A. Charge on it is plus Q. Separation between them is D. Then we have taken two plates of area A and separation between them is D. So volume of the region between two plates, volume of the region V equal to A into D. Here small v for PD. Capital V is the volume of the region between two plates. Now simply we can define energy density, symbol rho, sometimes rho E, means energy upon volume, U upon V volume. So simply we can write energy is Q square by 2C upon AD. Energy by volume. But say rho and E, energy density, energy per unit volume. So unit of that one energy means joule per meter cube. Unit of that quantity is joule per meter cube. And dimensional formula, joule means M1 L2 T minus 2 upon L cube. So answer is M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. Dimensional formula M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. Now see how we can obtain the formula. U equal to Q square by 2C. Also so many short methods. We are discussing simply, as you know, surface charge density on the plate sigma equal to Q by A. Sigma equal to Q by A, charge per unit area. So Q equal to sigma A. Q equal to sigma A. Also we know for parallel plate capacitor C equal to F0 A upon D. C equal to epsilon 0 A upon D. Now putting the value of Q and C, U can be written as 1/2 Q square means sigma square A square upon C means F0 A upon D. So 1 A will cut. So answer is 1/2 sigma square upon epsilon 0 A into D. Putting the value of sigma equal to QA and C epsilon 0 A upon D, then we can write 1/2 Q square sigma square A square C epsilon 0 A upon D. So answer is this. But we know electric field between two plates E from positive to negative, then magnitude can be given by E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. E equal to sigma by epsilon 0. So sigma equal to epsilon 0 E. sigma equal to epsilon 0 into A. So U upon V volume. So rho, or also we can write first simply U as 1/2 sigma square, means epsilon 0 square E square upon epsilon 0 into AD. So 1 epsilon 0 cut. So answer is 1/2 epsilon 0 E square into AD. Now energy density rho E equal to U upon V volume. So 1/2 epsilon 0 E square AD upon AD. So answer is 1/2 epsilon 0 E square. So we can say rho is given by 1/2 epsilon 0 E square. That is the energy density of electric field between two plates of the capacitor. This is general formula. Also we will discuss in next chapter energy density in magnetic field. Then rho E, energy density electric field. Then rho B in magnetic field. Also in 8th chapter, electromagnetism or electromagnetic waves. Both electric field and magnetic field both are present. So total energy density can be given by rho equal to rho E plus rho B. Here we are discussing only energy density due to electric field. So rho equal to 1/2 epsilon 0 E square. Epsilon 0 is the permittivity of the vacuum. E is electric field between two plates. Now we have discussed also unit, also dimensional formula. Also we have taken vacuum or space between two plate. Instead of vacuum, suppose we have taken any insulating medium, then case will be different. So we will discuss in next lecture, what happens when we are introducing a dielectric slab between two plates, and what is the capacity of the capacitor and what is the capacity to store the energy in that case.